Hello, Thrivers. Heather here on a beautiful Monday morning, coming to you with our new challenge for the new year. And we're calling this, I hope you can hear me okay. It feels kind of echoey in here. A Better Me, Better Marriage Challenge. And this is our first day. As you can see, we just had birthday party yesterday of my 4-year-old. She is my miracle baby. Every baby is a miracle, but some take a little bit more work to get here. And this is the child that the doctors told me I needed to abort to save my life. And now she just turned 4. And looking back on the past 4 years, and especially looking back on the week of her birth, there were just unbelievable miracles that we experienced. And I just had a deep sense of gratitude and profound love for this child and for Ben for standing by me through all these things, and for me personally to my Heavenly Father, who I know was there and supported me and guided me in some of the most incredible challenges of our lives. But we felt so supported and we felt so loved. And I'm just grateful for those experiences, even though they were very, very challenging. So that's what life's all about, right? And that's what our relationships are all about. It's continually growing and progressing and becoming the very best versions of ourselves and living true to that. Hey, Edna, hey, Mark, and hey, Jim, and anyone else joining. So I hope you had a chance to grab our book. It's A Mini Course for Life by Gerald Jampolsky and Diane Cercione or Cernixione. I'm so bad with names. All right, so I hope you had a chance to grab it. I posted the link to the book on Amazon. If you like Amazon, hey, Mark. And so it's only available in paperback, and there's a specific reason for that, because at the back of the book, there are these little tear out cards that you can use, not tarot cards, tear out cards. I want to make sure that came through clear. Tear out cards that you can tear out of the book. And you can keep them with you throughout the day to really apply the challenge. I love everything that's actionable as well as time effective. So I'm going to go through, hey, Amber, you haven't arrived yet. Yeah, I understand it might take a little bit of time. So I'm just going to explain how to do the mini course here in the book. Oh, and I'm sorry, Ben is calling me. It says, Ben, my favorite husband. That's what he put himself as my contact in my phone. Ben, your favorite husband. All right, so getting back to the book, how to do the mini course. And it says, to derive the maximum benefit from this course, it is suggested that you use the materials in the following way. So 1 is read the text that follows in part 1 and review its central points each morning for the 18 days. Okay, so we're doing this for 18 days. Preferably do this as soon after rising as possible. So part of like our morning formula that we teach all of our clients to do a morning formula, a morning ritual, because there's 2 parts of the day that you have absolute control over. We call them like bookends. There's the morning and the evening. You control when you get up, when you go to bed, and the rest of the day can get a bit chaotic, right? And we can be pulled here and there. But the morning and the evening, those are like our power hours, as Tony Robbins calls them. All right, second, each day after this review, read the first lesson card. It begins, do I want to experience peace or do I want to experience conflict? 3, next start with the first lesson card and use the remaining cards sequentially, 1 lesson per day. Relax and spend 5 minutes studying both the lesson on the front and the statement on the back. This will make more sense here in a little bit, I promise. 4, carefully tear that day's identical lesson card from the back of the book and keep it with you. Review it periodically throughout the day and evening, applying the lessons to everyone and everything without exception. 5, before retiring, take 5 minutes to read both sides of the lesson card again and reflect on how you specifically experienced the lesson that day. And it's not about being perfect, but it is about being consistent, and it is about doing our very best, okay? All right, so we're going to do what it says here in the note, which is hold each other accountable and discuss how we did the previous day, and then go over the new challenge for that day. Okay, so if you have any questions, go ahead and let me know. Where do you get the book, William asks. It's on Amazon. I'll post the link again if you need to get it, but it's a mini course for life. Gerald, what's whipping my finger? There you go, Jampolsky. I'll post the link again so it's easier for you to get it. It's a very short book. It's very, very powerful. It's going to take literally, like I said, less than 5 minutes in the morning, less than 5 minutes at night, and then applying the things throughout the day as we go about what we're already doing. All right. So what this is about, and I'm just going to kind of skim over part one here. It's about healing relationships and bringing about peace of mind. Most of us find it difficult to live in a world that frequently seems insane and where personal relationships are too often experienced as conflict, transitory, or unfulfilling. Okay, I bet a lot of us can relate to that, right? All right, most of us have spent our lives trying to control and predict the future. Whatever it is we have been seeking, we never seem to find it. We often experience some form of pain, frustration, depression, or illness instead. The purpose of this course is to help us recognize that we have a choice as to how we perceive ourselves, others, and the world around us. We have a choice as to whether we experience peace or conflict. We have a choice as to whether we experience love or fear. This course provides specific principles and guidelines that are given personal meaning through the application of practical daily lessons. Okay. You may find some of the principles and lessons difficult to accept or even to see their relevance to the problems you face. These doubts or uncertainties are common at first and do not really matter. However, your willingness to practice the lessons without exception is very important. It is the experience resulting from the practice which will help you approach your goal of greater personal happiness. You may, like so many others, want to repeat this, he says, or she, I'm not sure exactly who's talking here. All right, and I just want to cover the little part and then we're going to get to the actual challenge, but belief systems versus reality. We are what we believe. Our belief system is based on our past experience, which is constantly being relived in the present, with an anticipation of the future being like the past, right? So we think about our past experiences and we say, you know, my mom is always going to criticize the way that my house looks. I'm never good enough, right? And so we continue to live out that story. That's not one of mine. That didn't just come to the top of my head because that's one of my personal past stories, hint, hint, just being really real with you guys. But that's what happens, and we get stuck in the same pain year after year because we're believing and we're projecting our past experiences on the future. Our brain is incredibly smart, and our subconscious's number one job is to protect us and to make shortcuts in energy. And it does that by taking all of our experiences and saying this then equals this, okay? And then we continue to believe that and relive that. Our past perceptions are so colored by the past that we are unable to see the immediate happenings in our lives without distortions and limitations. With a sincere willingness, we can re-examine who we think we are in order to achieve a new and deeper sense of our real identity. This is what I do. This is what drives me every day to get here and to serve you and to serve our clients and those that we have privilege of our lives touching each other, is that our lives brushing each other, I should say, that's maybe a little more appropriate, is that helping people discover who they truly are, not the story that we've told ourselves, and what our lives can truly be. Because when you discover who you truly are, then you realize that you are worthy of love. You can have a life without limitation. You are deserving. You are abundant. And all of those limiting beliefs just fall away like scales from our eyes, from our skin. We just shed them like old snake skin. And we discover who we truly, truly are. And it's there at the core of each of us. We've just told us a story that isn't really true. It's just a story. And if we get to create our reality, then why not create a story that we want, right? A story that serves us. So that's what we're going to be doing, okay? So I'm going to read a little piece of the, part one with each challenge for the day and then go into that lesson for the day. Okay. All right, so here's our challenge for day number one. I am never upset for the reason I think I am. I don't know if that's flipped for you guys, but I'll show it to you anyway. I am never upset for the reason I think I am. I am tempted to believe that I am upset because of what other people do or because of circumstances and events which seem to be beyond my control. I may experience being upset as some form of anger, jealousy, resentment, or depression. If you can relate to that, let me know, put it in the comments, but I think that's all of us, especially at one time or another. Actually, all these feelings represent some form of fear. and I have a choice to experience love or fear. As I choose love by extending it to others, my fears are dispelled, and I recognize that I need no longer to be upset for any reason. Throughout the day, whenever I'm tempted to be fearful, I will remind myself that I can experience love instead and say, my peace comes only from within me. It cannot come from anywhere else. All right. And then this is our daily card. So that's our challenge, okay, is to recognize that we're never upset for the reason that we think. And it all comes from some kind of form of fear. And so we can choose, do we want to have love in this instance, or do we want to have that fear? This is going to challenge all of us, right? Because we have become conditioned to habits and behaviors and responses, and we live with that. So many people live with almost a constant level of anxiety or depression. And so choosing to think in a new way and choosing to embrace those things now with love is where our power is. So that's our challenge today, is to face our day and face every experience today. Instead of fear, shift that to love, knowing that it is a choice. And this is our daily card. Do I want to experience peace, or do I want to experience conflict? Woo, such a good question. I love it so much. If I want peace, I will be concerned only about giving. If I want conflict, I will be concerned with trying to get something or evaluating why I am not getting it. Ask yourself the following question about every communication. Is this communication loving to the other person and to myself? Wow, I could just digest this. I hope that you guys really go through this and think about each and every line of this. Like I said, it's very short. That's it. We're done. There's nothing else to read. There's nothing else to do. But each line of this is so powerful and so potent. There's no fluff. It just gets right to the heart of it. Do I want to experience peace, or do I want to experience conflict? And then make a choice. If I want to experience peace, then is this communication loving to the other person and to myself? Okay? So even in our communications to ourselves and our own mind and the privacy of our own thoughts, are those communications loving to yourself? Do I want to experience peace, or do I want to experience conflict? This is getting right to the root of things. Like Mark and I teach, we always want to get to the root of things. And we don't really stop sometimes to pattern interrupt and to ask ourselves, why am I doing this? What do I really want to experience here? And are these behaviors leading to that peace that I want to experience, or are they leading to further conflict? Is it loving to this other person, to my spouse, my husband, my wife? And is it loving to myself? And if not, then maybe I want to rethink that. Maybe I want to choose a new way. And if I don't know how, maybe I can find someone that can show me the way. I can learn from someone who's gone before me and knows what to do. Right? As soon as we start to ask ourselves effective questions, we start to get better answers, and we start to get better results as we take action on those answers. That's the magic of how to change our lives. Better me, better marriage. This is going to be powerful. So if you're in, let me know that you're in. Go ahead and put in the comments, I'm in. If you have any questions about this challenge or how to do these things, let me know. So just to sum it all up. Okay, so I'm never upset for the reason I think I am. So let's be really aware of that fear that might be underlying in our actions, our reactions, and choose to love instead. My peace comes only from within me. And then, do I want to experience peace, or do I want to experience conflict? Guys, this is going to be so epic. It's going to be absolutely incredibly, it's going to be so cool. Like, this will just absolutely change our life. This is day one, okay? Day one. Let's hit it strong. Let's really bring in that awareness. Let's bring in some self-care, some light into our life. Let's start to get to know who we really are so that we can show up as that person in our lives. So I appreciate you guys. That's it for now. I just had the inspiration that I'll take a picture of the card and I'll post it in the group. Again, this is not my work. This is definitely the author's work, but just as an extra aid for those who are maybe waiting to get their book, I'll post that in the group as well as the link. So So appreciate you guys. Hope that this is a fabulous day. And again, let's choose to experience peace or conflict, but either way, let's make a deliberate choice so that we can become the person that we really want to be and who we are meant to be. All right, my love, my appreciation, my gratitude flow out to you.